Let me introduce you to the simultaneously least but most productive thing I know how to do. It goes against all common sense, but it has saved me from extreme anxiety and overwhelm. Do you want to know what it is? Well, you're in luck because I am feeling actually a little bit overwhelmed right now, as we speak. So let me walk you through the situation, okay? There's a few ways I like to organize my life. Sometimes to gamify all the things that I have to do. Oh my gosh. There's like, do you hear that? It's like a drill hammer going on outside. I'm overwhelmed. We're checking it out. There's sanding? The cement. I've dust in my eyes. I didn't even know that was a thing. Well, that was a detour we weren't expecting going. Guys, sorry, filming this vlog right now, so here we go. Here's the status. So sometimes to organize all the things I have to do, I'll put them on sticky notes. So I'll like break them down into like 5 things at one time that I need to do. Can we get this to focus? And then I just like time myself. So like that one took me 40 minutes, and then I just put on a stopwatch on my TV, and then I just go through them all, and somehow it feels like a game and like I'm accomplishing more. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that some of these sticky notes are done, some of these sticky notes are not done. In addition to the fact that they're sanding the cement outside? Anyways, I'm feeling overwhelmed. There's a lot to do and not enough hours to do, okay? Now, when people are overwhelmed, I feel like they do one of 3 things. Number 1, they buckle down. Number 2, they try to find a tactic to help them. Or number 3, they just escape. But I don't do any of those. Instead, I put off all my responsibility for 3 hours. That's right, for 3 hours, I just tap out.
I want a spare for that.
Now, you might be thinking, wait, I thought you said you didn't escape. I don't. During those 3 hours, I am aggressively rewriting my story. So I've come to learn that when I feel anxious or overwhelmed, it's often because of a story I'm telling myself. And that story very often feels very true, but that story isn't serving me. I want a new story. So what I do is I peace out for like 3 hours to go acquire a new one. Okay, so let's break this down. My current story is that I literally don't have enough hours in the day to do what is required of me to do, okay? What I want is to be able to find a way to actually get done all that I need to do. So my current story is there's no way. What I want is to find a way to do that, okay? My current story is of me saying like, I'm screwed, there's no way I'm gonna do this. That, friends, is not going to give me what I want. So here's what we have to do. I need to come up with a new story, okay? I call this a required/desired story. Something that's required to get what we want, and also the new story that we actually want, okay? So my current story isn't getting me what we want, so I need to come up with a new story that I can adopt, that I can present to myself in a way that will convert, that I'll actually believe, that will enable me to get what I actually want. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to all of my bookshelves in my house. We got this one right here, this one right here, and then we have this one right here as well, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to all of these bookshelves, looking at all these books, and I'm going to think to myself, which book might just contain that desired required story that's necessary for me to get what I want. So remember, current story is I'm screwed, there's no way. I literally ran out of hours in the day. What I want is to literally find a way. I want to be able to accomplish all that I said that I would. So my required/desired story needs to be something in the realm of, I know how to leverage my time, my network, my assets, and my time to reap results greater than I could on my own. Okay, cool, I feel good about that. Will that story get me what I want? Yes, I'm good. Okay, so that's what I need to do. I need to find a book that will somehow contain the story arc of, I know how to leverage my time, assets, resources in a way that will allow me to reap better results than I could ever on my own and get all done that I need to do. God bless me. Okay, so let's go book hunting. No. Okay, no, but don't pretend like you don't have these on your bookshelf too, okay? It's a ton of ClickFunnels manuals, millionaire success habits, maybe profits first, measure what matters, Shoe Dog. Let's go check out our run up front. Soul of Money, Eckhart Tolle, double your profits, that could work. Think yourself rich, that could help. Okay, so here's what we came up with. Books that might contain the story arc of I know how to leverage my time, network, and resources to get done more than I can get done on my own and get done everything correct. So, okay, did some browsing, and those ones are all good that I do need to read eventually, but I'm thinking that I have like a time self-belief, self-limiting thing, so I either have like Doctrine of Time or the Four Agreements. I think I'm gonna go with the Four Agreements because I did a little thing. It says, reveals the source of self-limiting beliefs that rob us of joy and create needless suffering. I'm robbed of joy and am needlessly suffering right now. This is the one. So, next thing I do, set up shop, binge read this thing in one sitting. Why? Because I believe that if you want a story to be true, you have to live it. But that can be just especially difficult when you're in the thick of it and you're anxious and overwhelmed and your current story just feels very, very real. So what I like to do is read the book because it's almost like I get to see the story played out in someone else's life. Like I get to actually see what it looks like, which opens my mind to what it might look like for that to be true for me. So excuse me while I binge this beauty. That was good. Now that I'm finished with the book, I actually write down the main lesson that I learned from the book. Okay, so I've binged the book, I wrote the biggest lesson, and now I go and confirm, I'm like, listen, this new story that I need to get what I want, do I actually believe that's true? And literally, binging a book helps me to just live it in somebody else's life, and I'm like, oh, that's real. I can do that. So I come back and I'm like, listen, will that new story, which is, I'm Kathryn Jones and I know how to leverage my assets, network, and actual time to get done more than I could on my own. Do I believe that's true? Will that get me will that give me what I want? The answer for both of those is true. So, get rid of the current story, confirm what I want, confirm that new story will get me what I want. And again, if you want a story to be true, you have to live it. So now, I start to write down what actions can I start taking that will make this story, which is I leverage my network, assets, and time to get done more than I could ever on my own. What actions could I take to actually make that true? So then I start listing these out one by one to start making some magic happen. Anyway, it's a 3-hour binge sesh that literally saves me so much time. But why? Because the work that I do from this point forward comes from a much truer, way more powerful version of myself. And slapping on tactics or trying to figure out different organizational strategies, it's not going to work in the long run. And so that's one way that I use design hacking, presenting stories that convert to absolutely transform the trajectory of my life. So come hang out with us inside the beautiful world of design hacking, learning how to present stories that convert, not just outwardly to people, where we take them from a visitor to a subscriber, from a subscriber to a buyer, from a buyer to a hyper buyer, but knowing how to present stories to yourself in a way that converts you from one state, from one form to another. Also, if you have a book that's good for a solid binge session, let me know.